Kristen Kigan will send it in, and it'll be called for icing as Northwood will have to take a face-off in their zone. Both teams amping up their respective players here as we have a offensive zone face-off for Mount Academy. Mount Academy from Charlottetown, PEI. Fellow Canadians. As Quackenbush for Northwood will break in with Palasova. Pass across, just wide. As the puck will come in front. And it's in! Just sneaking past, and nobody really knew where it was. As Northwood will put another on the board. I didn't even see that go in. But a nice pass and a chip in from Georgia Bailey. And we got another on the board for Northwood. Those unassuming goals. I had the pleasure of calling another game today, and a couple unassuming goals there in that game. Spencer will pull it back to Jelly. Tries to pass into the zone, but it's intercepted. And Dush will try and intercept and bring it down into her corner. Mercer, my apologies, Zarkon in behind her own net. As she'll break up, but it's Demers who will send it into the into the Mount Academy zone. Jelly breaking into the Northwood zone. She'll take a shot. Great stop there by Julia Chase. And it appears the net is off. And it's not the first time today that net has come off. A couple times in the last game I called, the net was lightly bumped, and maybe they'll have to dig the holes of the net post a little deeper there, as we'll get a face-off in the Northwood zone here. Mount Academy will shoot it in. That's Walsh. Behind the net is McDonald. McDonald and Power battling along the boards with a couple Northwood players. As Laura Dyke will bring it up and send it in. Forechecking is Hillary Wilkin, who will try and chip it through, but a great stop there by Julianne Barrett. And we will get a offensive zone face-off for Northwood. Taking the face-off here is Haley Mules, who will win it back, and it's to the top of the point. A shot there, tip there in front for Hillary Wilkin, but no luck as the puck will go to the corner and then to the slot where a Mount Academy player will intercept and break it back up. Mount Academy a bit on their heels here as Leslie battles right at the red line with a couple Mount players now. Refs yelling at them to move the puck as a tip in, and it'll go out of play for a face-off just outside the Mount Academy zone. Again, I apologize if I get any names correct, or if I don't get any names correct, as the names are not my strong suit. Georgia Bailey winning the face-off back to her captain there, as Caitlin Cielo will pass it in for Quackenbush. Quackenbush, a shot there. Rebound for Palasova, but no luck as Power will pick it up and send it to Johnson. My apologies to Paul. Paul sending it in, and the Northwood goaltender will pick it up and send it to her player. Palasova tried breaking it up to Kelly, but no luck there as the puck will come back behind the Northwood goaltender. Some great forechecking here by Mount Academy, who are down 2 goals in this game. No ice, says the ref, as the puck will slide in and behind the Northwood goaltender here. Forechecking is Kenny. My ball. Nope, Kenny. That was right. As a shot there by Shayna Dush. And Mount Academy will collect behind their own net. Breaking up is Larkin. Power sends it in for Kenny. No ice, as Kenny will battle behind the net with Laura Dyke. tried keeping the line was Leslie, as she'll have to pass it to her teammate, who has trouble corralling it. That's Kelly. My apologies. There are two Kellys. There's a Brooke Kelly on Northwood and a Kate Kelly on Mount Academy. And I got the two mixed up for a second there. At the blue line of Mount Academy are a few players, but the puck will be sent all the way in, and some hard forechecking there by Kristen Kigan will force the puck back into the zone, as Mercer will collect and send to her player. Battle just along the boards, middle of the circle, as the Northwood will continue to hold the zone, and some great pressure here. But a missed pass, and Haley Mules just failed to corral that one. Hillary Wilkin will break in, though, and she'll try to make a move. Some great defensive play there to keep her to the outside of the net, as Leslie will collect and send to Ing there. Breaking out of the zone is Northwood, and it appears there is a interference penalty. It'll be Hillary Wilkin for Northwood, as she will go to the box for 2 minutes on interference. First power play of the game here. Mount Academy down 2-0 as they look to capitalize. 6 minutes into the game. Taking the face-off is Power. One of the Powers. Molly Power, that is. There are 2 Powers on this team. 2 people with the last name Power. And I almost know that they're not siblings. And I'm sure somebody will be watching at home saying they are or they aren't. As a pass in is held by Power up to the top for Larkin. Larkin thought about a shot, but she slides it into the slot, and the shot from Bush off of the Northwood goaltender. Pad save. Larkin holding the line across to Bush. Bush waits, shoots, and a tip attempt in front by Amira Paul is just not enough to put the puck in the net, as Northwood's Julia Chase will make a solid save there. Taking the face-offs now in the Northwood zone, as the captain, Natalie Zarcone, will break it up, sending it all the way back. Mercer gets the puck stripped off of her by Kate Kelly. My apologies, by Georgia Bailey, as she'll pass off to Leslie. Leslie circling in her own zone, and Georgia Bailey really forechecking here. She'll pass across to Pavlasova, but Pavlasova just couldn't corral it. Pass up to the top for Georgia Bailey. Mount Academy having a little bit of trouble escaping their own zone here on the power play, as they have 55 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Collecting behind her own net, and a big hit there was Caitlin Cielo, as she'll send it all the way in, and it's Haley Mules who's forechecking hard here, as Mount Academy will choose to collect behind their own net. Breaking up is Renee Ing, as she's got speed. She takes a shot just wide, as Power will try and collect, battling a couple players along the boards. There is Laura Dyke. Kristen Kigan will pick up the puck behind her own net. Jelly battling her, as the puck is held in by Sarah Bush. Puck escapes the zone for Power to collect. Molly Power, that is. As Sarah Bush will break it back, and the Northwood player is out of the box, and we are back to even strength. Ing makes a nice move to get around her player. Backhand try there, couldn't get a hand on it, as the puck will come back up to the top for Larkin. Down to Cleams. Tries to make a shot, but just can't get enough on it, as Mount Academy doing a better job here at zone pressure. Bush sends it all the way in, and Northwood will have to collect behind their own net, as they are feeling the pressure here. Breaking up here is Shayna Dush as she makes a shot, but Larkin will collect in front of her goaltender. Sarah Bush trying to collect the puck out of the zone, but Katie Demers will hold the line. Pass off to Natalie Zarkon. Pass there, or shot there, and almost a tip from Shayna Dush, who fell in the crease of the Mount Academy goaltender. You could hear the oohs and the ahs in the crowd here. Catlin Cielo, hard forecheck along the board with Mercer. Picking it up is Cleves, who will try and send it to Jelly. And a pass up. Just couldn't corral it. Was Walsh, as Northwood will try and collect in their own zone, and it's Georgia Bailey breaking in. She's got speed, and a shot there. Just couldn't get enough on it, as Karis Jelly will break up and send it into the Northwood zone. Walsh forechecking, as she couldn't get a hand on it. Battle at center ice here. My apologies. McDonald will send it all the way in. Forechecking hard there, as Walsh will try and pass to the top for Mercer, but no avail, as the Northwood players have done a really good job of being in the way of passes. Walsh sends it in. Intercepted by Laura Dyke. Dyke. Stick handling close to her own blue line, as Northwood will fail to escape the zone here for a minute. Mercer will send it right back in, and Mount Academy will make a quick change for some of their players. Johnson tries to make a hit there, but Haley Mules is away, and she tries to make a shot with speed. No chance, as Mercer strips her off the puck. Laura Dyke tried to hold the line there, but it's Brooke Kelly who will have to skate hard back into her own zone, as she passes off to Kristen Kiggin. Kristen Kiggin to Hillary Wilkin, who will tip it into the Mount Academy zone for Allie Spencer to collect. Molly Power looking for an open lane, as a shot there just wide by Chloe Johnson, who is backdoor. Just couldn't find the lane there, as we'll get an icing call against Northwood for a face-off in the offensive zone of the Mount Academy. Mount Academy really looking to get some shots, quality shots on the board. Didn't do too well on the man advantage, as they were trapped in their own zone for a good portion of time there, as the puck is dropped, and Northwood will collect behind their own net, sending it up to Pavlasova. Friggin' is Mount Academy will forecheck here, as a hit there, but breaking up is Pavlasova. She's got Bailey. Bailey tried to make a shot there, but just no lane, as it seems to be a common subject. Shot from the Northwood player, as that was a bit too fast for just about everybody on the ice there. So it'll go all the way into the far corner, and we will have a icing face-off in the Northwood zone. Face-off just to the left of the goaltender here. I had to check which one was my rights and lefts, because those can be hard. As Clemes will break it up, and Jelly will intercept, but not enough, as Brooke Kelly will break in, and she's got Hillary Wilkin. In front of the net is Haley Mules. At the top of the point, Isabel Norris. Norris will break it down to Mules. And Northwood will, my apologies, Mount Academy will escape the zone here, as Kelly will break in. My apologies. Jelly will break in. And Mercer will really try and hold the line there, but just not enough on it. As some great forechecking and a lot of neutral zone play in this period will put Mount Academy on their heels a bit. Forechecking as Jelly is in front to the top of the point. Breaking in is Cleams as she'll make a shot attempt, but not enough as Northwood will quickly escape the zone to get some fresh bodies on the ice. In front is Walsh, but just not enough on it. Was a pass from Johnson. As, my apologies, from Leslie. As Jelly will try and pass along the boards and it gets tied up in the skates of the ref. Second time that happened as Northwood will hold the zone, and it's Katie Demers who will make a shot, but not enough. Hit there by Jolie Powers, the other Power. As Karis Jelly will break up, sending it along and into the Northwood zone. McDonald collecting as the puck is sent in on net. Great shot there to prevent the icing, although they were past center ice, so I guess it doesn't really matter. As McDonald will try and collect and escape the zone, and now she will, as she's battled by two Northwood players, and Northwood will break back in once more. Shot there just wide from Quackenbush, as Georgia Bailey will collect and send it to the point. Shot and a tip there in front for Quackenbush. Just went wide. Collecting behind the net was Georgia Bailey. As so some good forecheck and some good defensive play by McDonald. We'll have the puck escape the zone, and a shot there will get us the whistle. Face off to the left of the goaltender here. Taking the face off is Haley Mules for Northwood. As Hillary Wilkin will try and make a shot there, and a bit of a hit by Johnson. We'll have the puck escaping the zone for Northwood to collect. Johnson trying to hold the line as Larkin will collect behind her own net, or almost behind her own net, as the puck slides to the top and to the point. Top of the point for Keegan. Pass off and a tip down and away was Paul to try and defend in her zone. Top of the point for Laura Dyke, who will send it in for Haley Mules. Haley Mules tries to make a near side shot there, or a tight shot there, but no luck. As bit of a scramble in center zone. Hillary Wilkin gets knocked down by Johnson, and a shot there bounces out of the pads of Julianne Barrett. Some good forechecking here by Northwood, and just as I say that, the puck escapes the zone as Power will try and circle back, and it's a nice move by Larkin to get around Hillary Wilkin. Puck sent in, and Kenny's forechecking hard as they'll escape the icing. Laura Dyke forechecking as a couple players there asking for help in the corner. As the puck will come to Laura Dyke. Just at the blue line are a few players from each team trying to battle and maintain possession for their respective teams, as a lot of chippy battling has been going on in the last few minutes of play here. 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the first period, as Kelly will send it down for Kelly. Battle along the boards is Grabe across to Mercer. A shot there, and a great stop by Julia Chase, who saw that all the way. You could say she was chasing the puck. Or maybe she wasn't. The puck was chasing her as she makes a great stop. I'm sure if she ever hears that, she'll probably roll her eyes. Probably gets that quite a bit. As the Northwood will break up and send it in. Bush forechecking as Spencer will pass across to Jelly. Cleams will intercept that pass from Northwood, as Ing will try and break in, but she's got none of her teammates with her, as most of them were changing. Spencer sends it along the board for Ing. Cleams breaking up. She's got Jelly with her, as the puck will chip up into the air, and Northwood will collect and send it into the Mount Academy zone. Holding the zone there is Caitlin Cielo, as she'll make a hard pass, or a hard shot, my apologies, on net, and Julianne Barrett will make a save. It'll be Jolie Power, and the number, unfortunately, it's Haley Mules taking the face off. It's always fun when the jerseys are tucked into their pants, because I cannot see the number. And a bit of a couple tied up players there, as Keegan will have to go back and collect her stick, as the puck will escape to center ice for Larkin. Forechecking his Mules, as she'll break in, she'll take a shot just wide. Collecting in the corner is Brooke Kelly. Shot from the point there. Keegan. And McDonald will try and intercept the pass, but no luck, as Laura Dyke will make a shot attempt. Just wide was Laura Dyke, as McDonald will intercept and send it to Walsh. Couldn't corral it with Walsh, as the puck will roll all the way into the Mount zone, as a whole bunch of players making a change. So no bench minor for that team. Johnson, great pass there from Power to hold the line, as the puck will just escape the zone. And Leslie will have to go and collect in her own end, as Julianne Barrett will prefer to make the stop there. 55 seconds remaining here in the first period. Score 2-0 for Northwood. Team out of Lake Placid, New York. So a long journey for both teams to come play here, as Johnson will try and break it up, but not hard enough pass, as Dush will immediately intercept that, and it's held in with Dush and Demers both battling, as well as Kira Cook with a few Mount Academy players. Leslie heads up pass to Johnson. Johnson looking for Paul. Paul streaking through center ice, and she'll send it to the corner, as no open wings for a pass, and her and Power will battle along the boards there. Power will see the puck glide into her own zone, and her teammates will get a offensive zone face-off. Face-off here to the right or the left? I can't tell where the refs go. There we go. To the left of the Northwood goaltender. And Power will take the face-off, and Northwood will win it back. It's Quackenbush who just fails to escape the zone, as Power will take a shot, and it's high. And we will see time run out here, as we will head to our first intermission. 2-0 is the score. Northwood putting on a couple quick goals there. Get a comfortable lead heading into the first intermission, as Mount Academy had some great opportunities to put in a couple in the net, but just have not managed to do so quite yet. Soon enough, we will have the second period. Some more action for you, and I will talk to you then. And welcome back to Thunderbird Arena here in Vancouver, British Columbia. My name is Sonia Kutenbauer, and we will have the puck drop for the second period here. Mount Academy down a couple goals from Northwood, as Northwood will forecheck in the Mount Academy zone here. Spencer collecting in her own zone, sending it up to Amira Paul. Amira Paul passes it off to Power, and Power's got Johnson. Tries to make the pass, but a good stick block there by the Northwood player, as it's Georgia Bailey breaking in, and she'll get the puck tied up behind the opposing net. Power tries to send it up to Johnson, as Kenny will go all the way to the other corner and pass it off to Bush. Bush behind her net, and some hard forechecking there by Haley Mules, but the puck will be sent all the way in to the Northwood zone. Face off here in the Mount Academy zone, as Mount Academy down 2-0, have been working hard for a couple pucks in the net, potentially. As a shot there is blocked by Houches. Nice Dutch name as a fellow Dutch person. Houches stick that puck away, and it's almost put in there by Brooke Kelly, as a stoppage in play will occur. Mount Academy goaltender lost her stick there, and it appears the net is off of its posts once again. That's, I think, at least what I've seen, the 5th time that's happened, second in this game, as it sounds like somebody needs to put some better posts in there. Puck will be dropped in the Mount Academy zone and brought to the top for Laura Dyke. Laura Dyke will make a shot, and a couple players take a spill in front. In the corner is Jessica Mercer, as she will try and make a pass off, and Ing will try and forecheck, but a pass attempt across from Wilkin gets intercepted, and the players will come out front. Wilkin tries to roof it, and just a little too much sauce there, as that puck will go into the netting just behind the Mount Academy goaltender. Face off once more in the Mount Academy zone, as they will try and break back to their players. And a pass, or in a face off one, but quickly swooped up by Dush, will bring the puck to the top. A shot there from Laura Dyke, but the puck will bounce off a couple players and come to Demers, who will send it all the way to the other corner. Just failing to hold the line there was the captain, Natalie Zarcone, as she'll get tied up there with Tori Walsh. Breaking back in is Northwood to put the puck behind the Mount Academy zone. Or behind the Mount Academy net, my apologies. Pass up, and a shot there from Haley Mules. And a Northwood player will be heading to the box here. Tori Walsh will go off for 2 on hooking. Northwood looking to capitalize here on this power play and potentially extend their already 2-goal lead, as the face-off will come into the Mount Academy zone, as have, I believe, all of the face-offs in this period, if I'm not mistaken. Face-off won there by Northwood, and it's Haley Mules who will pass it off to Caitlin Cielo to the top of the circle for Bailey, and Bailey will try a shot in, as Zarcone will shoot, and it's high and wide. Collecting is Cielo behind the Mount Academy net. And Zarcone shot from the point, and a tip attempt there by Haley Mules goes wide. Larkin collecting behind her net. Will try to send it to Power, but Cielo will do a great job of holding the line, and the shot is made into the Mount Academy goaltender. Julianne Barrett. Couple important saves here on this power play. As Northwood, my apologies, has done a good job of getting pucks on the goaltender in this power play. Face off one there by Northwood, who will break it back to Cielo. Zarcone sending it in. She'll hold the line. Pass off. And a shot there. As Cielo will break it back and send it to Haley Mules. Haley Mules. Wicked shot on Haley Mules. She's had some pretty good moves here today. Has a good move by Zarcone, and she'll break into the slot. Shot there, blocked by the other number 14, Jessica Mercer, as Cielo will be forced to collect in her own zone. Coming out of the net to tip it to her was Julia Chase. As 36 seconds remain on this power play for Northwood. Breaking in is Quackenbush, as she will try and get around her player, and she almost does, but it's Leslie that intercepts, and she'll send it all the way into the Northwood zone. Kristen Kigan will send a long pass up to Palasova, but just couldn't corral it. Breaking in is Hillary Wilkin, as she'll make a pass down low, and Quackenbush will collect, passing it off to Kigan. Kigan will just try and pass across, but no luck, as too many men will be called, it appears. I'm not sure what actually happened there. Seems to be a it appears that Hillary Wilkin will go back into the box. Maybe she left the box too early. I'm not sure what happened there. Face-off is dropped, and not enough for the goaltender, or not enough for the ref, as she will blow the whistle again, and puck will be dropped in the Mount Academy zone. Puck dropped here, and Mount Academy will hold behind. They're not on the boards, and Northwood will be called for hooking, and it's Palasova, and she's not happy. She didn't think that was necessarily hooking, but she will go off for 2 minutes on hooking. And yes, so I believe it was too many men, or too many players for Mount Academy, as too many people made a change. But we will get a power play for 5 seconds after this 4-on-4 expires. Mount Academy will have their second power play of the game. Puck sent all the way into the other zone, and it'll be icing on Northwood, as an important face-off here in the Northwood zone for Mount Academy, as they still look to get on the board here. Power taking the face-off here against Georgia Bailey. Puck is dropped, and Mount Academy, my apologies, will bring it back to their zone. Their Bush takes a shot, but Julia Chase will see it all the way and make a stop there. Taking the face-off here in the Northwood zone, Molly Power and Brooke Kelly, my apologies, as Brooke Kelly will win it back, and it's Natalie Zarcone who will break it up, and it's just in the skates of Haley Mules, who isn't able to corral it, as Molly Power will break back in, and she's got the other Power with her, Jolie Power, as the two Powers will battle along the boards and break it back to Bush. Bush, top of the point. Pass across for Larkin. Larkin tries a shot in, but it's intercepted by Haley Mules as passes off to Natalie Zarcone and bounced all the way to Caitlin Cielo. Cielo tries to pass up to Haley Mules, who will make a quick change and send some fresh players onto the ice. Holding the zone is Natalie, who will have the pass intercepted there by Abby Larkin, sending it all the way in. A 5-second power play incoming for the Mount Academy in about 30 seconds here, as we have 13:50 left in the second period. Leslie breaking over to Mercer, who will pass it back to Leslie, and some passing back and forth, but the puck will escape to center ice and be collected by Northwood's Kristen Kigan. Kristen Kigan, she gets tied up there, and it's going to be another Mount Academy penalty, as that incoming power play I was talking about will no longer exist. And Northwood will inevitably get the power play, as we'll go to 3-on-4 here for about 30 seconds. Mount Academy, one of their players will be allowed out of the box. That will be Laura McDonald. My apologies, Renee Ing. His face-off will come back to Mount Academy, and they'll escape the zone. It's Power McDonald. McDonald was open, but Power just didn't see her, as McDonald will collect behind the Mount Academy net. My apologies, behind the Northwood net. Northwood bringing up, it's Kelly. Kelly will pass up to the point for Cielo. Cielo will send it over to Zarcone. Zarcone, a shot, and just wide was Natalie Zarcone with a bit of a bomb of a shot there. Puck is sent all the way in, and Zarcone will collect behind her own net, sending it up to Bailey, or to Georgia Bailey. Zarcone collecting is Haley Mules, who's had a lot of ice time in this game, as she'll circle around and help break the puck in with Brooke Kelly. Both players make a change there, as pass intercepted out front was Tabo. She'll bring it up to Cielo. Shot just high. Rang all the way over the goaltender and into the glass there. Battling behind the Mount Academy net is Leslie, as she'll try and make a pass, and it's Leslie who just keeps the door closed on the Mount Academy net, as a puck was just rolling right in the crease, and she managed to collect it. Mercer back checking there against Demers. And Alexandra Leslie will be forced to send the puck all the way down. Alexandra Leslie, a double sport athlete, as she won New Brunswick's Female Player of the Year in baseball this past season. Bush collecting at her end, as Spencer will try and break it out, but it's a shot there. And Northwood, some good pressure here as both of the penalties and power plays expire. Power bringing it over to Johnson. Johnson looking for a player, as Molly Power will try and get that puck back, but it's some physical play there by Kristen Kigan to keep it into the Mount Academy zone. Pass up in front there for Kristen Kigan, but nobody home, pass just too much for her to handle there, as Cleves will try and break in, and she's got Molly Power with her. Not enough speed there are the Mount Academy players, as they'll go off on a change. And it's Bailey and Pavlasova who will forecheck here into the Mount Academy zone. Breaking it up is Kenny and Kelly with Grabe. who will stick handle it at center ice here. Just trying to get set up into the Northwood zone as both teams look a bit gassed as they will change. Grabe, my apologies, will get around her player, and it's in the skates of Cielo as she's got Kelly with her, and a light pass and just an extra chip there from Grabe. Will put the puck into the glove of the Northwood player, or of the Northwood goaltender, Julia Chase. Kelly, shot there, or a face-off win there, as she'll help hold the zone there with Grabe. Kelly breaking it in with Leslie, but the puck will just come outside the zone, and Brooke Kelly, she makes a shot and just wide, as the puck will come all the way to the top of the line for Natalie Zarcone. Pass intercepted there by Grabe, as Kelly will try her best to make her way down the ice, and it's Caitlin Cielo who will collect and send it to the captain. Hillary Wilkin. Pass intercepted there by Jessica Mercer, as the puck will come to the skates of Power in her zone. Leslie forechecking there. She's got Hillary Wilkin, who makes a shot. Katie Demers also forechecking here. Demers pass across to Laura Dyke, as Laura Dyke will help send it in, and Leslie will have to collect behind her own net. Mercer looks up ice for a play, but decides to circle back, and it gets caught up in the skates of the ref there, as the puck will just escape the zone and come to neutral ice here for Laura Dyke to collect, and she's got speed. She makes a shot, and Northwood player there went really hard into the post, and it appears she's okay as she springs back up. That's Shayna Dush, as she got a little caught up there. Great shot there by Hillary Wilkin, as she had, my apologies, that was Laura Dyke, as she had speed coming into the offensive zone. Face off here in the Mount Academy zone, as it's Anna Pavlasova who will break it up to the point for Laura Dyke. Back down is Pavlasova. She makes a shot there, but it's blocked, as Norris will send it up to the top for Kagan. Kagan back down, as Dush will look for a lane there. Some good holding of the line here, as Laura Dyke will make a shot, but nobody home as that puck goes wide. Georgia Bailey will break it off and across to Laura Dyke. A shot there again, and it bounces off of the goaltender, and another diving shot from Georgia Gillis, who will pass it up to Kristen Kigan. Shot almost tipped there, but pretty much blocked by own player Eliza Quackenbush, as Northwood has had some good pressure in the last few minutes. Breaking is Brooke Kelly, as she looks for a player there for a pass, but it seems all the Northwood players are changing, as Paul will look for her players. Pass off to Johnson. Johnson will send it in, as she's gassed and she'll need a change. Molly Power looking for the pass, potentially trying to trick the player, as Jelly will intercept, and she'll try and send it across to Power, but it's the captain for Northwood who will intercept. Up is Hillary Wilkin, and she's got a player there with her. That's Haley Mule, who will just miss the pass, and it'll bounce over her stick and escape the zone. Breaking back in is Hillary Wilkin. In front is Brooke Kelly waiting for the pass, and she almost gets it. And once again, the far side net, or I guess in terms of the camera, the right side net has come off once again. That's the third time, and I think we should have a little tally on the screen that shows the goals, but also shows the amount of times that the net has come off. So if you want to, if you I'm talking to our camera operator here. If you want to add that next time, that would be nice. And some scrambling in the slot as Shader Dush will collect and send it to the top for Laura Dyke. Back down to Dush, and she'll make a shot that goes real high and just misses the netting as puck will stay into play. And it's Karis Jelly who will try and break up here, but some great offensive zone pressure by Northwood will keep the puck in the net for a little bit, or keep the puck in the zone for a little bit, and then send it inevitably into the Northwood bench. Face off here just outside of the Mount Academy zone, as it'll be Kelly and Georgia Bailey, the two number 19s who have played against each other quite a bit in this game. As Kristen Kagan will forecheck hard or back check hard and collect that puck there. Eliza Quackenbush gets the puck stripped off of her by a couple Mount Academy players, as Mount Academy will try and break up here. They've had very few shots, as another whistle will put them back on their heels in their own zone. Face-off will come to the right of the goaltender in the Mount Academy zone. My apologies, to the left of the goaltender. I think me and all the players on the ice were a little bit confused for a second, as Georgia Bailey will once again take the face-off against the other number 19, Kate Kelly. Puck sent in. Picked up there by Quackenbush, as Quackenbush will try and make a pass out front, but Spencer got a stick in there, as the puck will be held to the boards. Not before Kristen Kagan can collect, but it's intercepted by Kelly, as the puck will come back outside, and some good forechecking here by Mount Academy, but not enough, as storming down and through center ice was Pavlasova, sending it in for her player, and at the top of the point, waiting for the puck to come to her, is Kristen Kagan out front there, and it appears we will have a stoppage in play here. As the net will come off once again. I think that's number 4. And the ref will do the old good fix of taking the goalie's water and adding some water to it. Maybe pack the snow down a little. Taking the face off here is Power, but she'll get waved out as Walsh, my apologies, will have to come in, and the face off breaks back, and it's McDonald storming through center ice, and she's got Power with her, as the puck will just go behind the Northwood net. Power, hard forecheck there, as McDonald will try and corral it. Not enough though, as Walsh is having to back check hard here. Shot there, and a great stop by the Mount Academy goaltender. Both teams played an additional game today. Mount Academy played at 2 p.m. against the Washington Pride and tied 3-3 after overtime. Northwood also played today. They played at 7 a.m., which that's quite the way to start your morning. But I unfortunately could not find the score for that game, as I definitely did look, trust me. But if you caught that game, you would likely know the score, as the puck is dropped in the Mount Academy zone. And a shot there on net from Natalie Zarcone, but the puck will go to the corner. Another shot there by Cielo. Gooches collecting behind her net, sending it to Larkin. Larkin looks up ice, but not in time, as Brooke Kelly will intercept. She'll try the wraparound, and the net is off one more time, and I feel like the net is laughing at me at this point. Number 5. Even, Julianne Barrett is looking at the goaltender, or looking at the ref, and she's saying, what the hell is going on? Or what the heck is going on here? My apologies, I didn't mean to swear. As the net will be put back on, it appears the refs are a little frustrated themselves. Puck is dropped. Laura Dyke will hold at the line. And breaking it up is Mira Paul. She's looking. Johnson's with her. As Kristen Keegan will scoop it to the corner, and Demers will break it up with her. She's got Tabo. And the puck will go to the corner. As Laura Dyke will just push the puck past the other number 22, Amira Paul. As Power will try and forecheck a little. She gets the stick in. Bit of a sweep check there as Amira Paul will send it all the way in. Hit there along the boards was Power as she will go for, I believe, cross-checking or boarding it is. And it frustrated Molly Power as she seemed to be forechecking pretty aggressively there, but ended up boarding her player, and Mount Academy will go to their, I believe, their fourth penalty. Northwood going to their fourth power play. I don't know if that's an official power play due to the overlapping penalties, but Leslie will collect behind her own zone and quickly send it down. Make no mistake. Passing it over to Cielo was the goaltender, Julia Chase, as Northwood will break up here. Georgia Bailey carries in. She's got mules with her, but the puck will escape the zone and roll all the way down and behind the Northwood net. Zarkon breaks it up, and a miss pass there, and Cielo will have to chase after it as Haley Mules will forecheck along the boards there, battling with Alexandra Leslie. Northwood stick handling and a pass there, and a shot just wide as Cielo will stick handle in the circle. Shot attempt blocked by Mercer, and she'll try and send it up, but not enough as Johnson will try and force Natalie Zarkon out of the zone there, and a couple nice moves to keep in, and she'll send it all the way down, and it comes back to her. Georgia Bailey stick handling in her own zone. Pass off to Natalie Zarkon as Caitlin Cielo will stick handle. She'll make a sharp angle shot, and a stop there, caught in the pads of Julianne Barrett. And is that number? Oh no, I thought for a second the net was off for number 6. Face off here in the Mount Academy zone as the puck is won back to the Mount Academy players my apologies to the Northwood players. There's a bit of a battle there in the center zone, and is that number 6 or number 5 now? Number 6. The net is number 6. Yeah, the net is off the post here, and Julianne Barrett is I mean, how could you be not frustrated with that? As the refs will try and put it back on the post, and they'll try the old water bottle trick once more, see if that'll help. Puck is dropped, and we're underway here. Is not many shots from Mount Academy in this period, as we've got about a minute left. Mount Academy with 10 seconds left on their penalty, as Northwood have yet to score on the power play. Natalie Zarkon, my apologies, that's Wilkin. Shot there, and another stoppage in play, and it appears that the net has come off for a 7th time. I would imagine that they would have the ice personnel look at that in the second intermission when we do get a clean of the ice I would hope so, for the sake of the goaltender occupying that net. Puck is dropped again, and a shot there from Zarkone goes just wide off a tip. As Mount Academy still checking hard along the puck, as they will really try to escape the zone here. Some tired players out there. Shot blocked there by Grave, as a puck will come to Pavlasova, and the puck will head to the corner as Grave battles along the boards there with Kristen Keegan. Breaks it to Spencer. Allie Spencer sends it all the way along, and the time will expire here, and the Ice guys will quickly head out there and give the Ice a sweep. 2-0 for the home team, Mount Academy. Or my apologies, for the home team, Northwood. I'm so used to home teams being in dark jerseys. But 2 goals from Northwood. And we will head into the second intermission. Again, nice clean. Hopefully we'll get the right side net posts fixed up a little bit. And we will have your third period in just a moment. And welcome back to the third period. My name is Sonia Kutenbrauer, and I will have the call for you here today at Thunderbird Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. Mount Academy still down 2-0 as Northwood put 2 on the board in the first few minutes of play in the first period. Taking the face-off here, we will see Molly Power facing off against Haley Mules. Both players who have been fantastic in this game, as some stick taps from their respective benches here to hype up their respective teams. And we will get a puck drop here at center ice, and game on, as Bush will break up and pass to Johnson. Johnson try and pass it off to Power here, as Mule will make a pass attempt, and we'll get an icing as Spencer just managed to beat out Hillary Wilkin of Northwood. Face-off in the Northwood zone here, an important face-off for Mount Academy, who were trapped in their zone for a large majority of that second period. Really looking for a chance to get on the board here, as Molly Power will take the face-off, and storming in is Chloe Johnson, who will lose the handle. And the puck will just escape the zone as Paul will try and forecheck that. Breaking in is Hillary Wilkin, as she'll get the puck stripped off of her by Tori Walsh. Had to look at the rosters there for a second. Hey, the Mule will pass across to Caitlin Cielo, as Cielo and Johnson will tie each other up along the boards there. Puck sent into the Northwood zone, and we will get an icing, as Kelly looked like she beat out that puck, but the ref has the call, and we will get a face-off in the Mount Academy zone here. 53 seconds taken from this final frame. Kelly taking the face-off against Cielo, as the puck, my apologies, against Quackenbush, as the puck will come to the corner here. Two number 19s battling with each other. That's Georgia Bailey and Kate Kelly, as the puck will come to the top for Laura Dyke, who will shoot it in. And a stop there from Julianne Barrett, who has switched to the other side of the ice. As we know, the right net has been a paid for couple goaltenders here tonight, as it has failed to stay on for the entirety of this game. Shot attempt there by Quackenbush, as Mount Academy will try and corral it. That's Leslie, but she just misses the pass there, as Mercer will send it in. Julia Chase will make the decision to cover that puck, as it appeared Kate Kelly was hard forechecking there. Cleams taking the face-off here against Kristen Keegan. Against Katie Demers, my apologies. As the puck will not be enough for the ref, and she'll ask for the face-off once more. Cleams and Demers taking the face-off. Just to the right of the Northwood goaltender here, as the puck will be sent all the way to the side, and Leslie will have to chase after it with Tabo, as Leslie will just beat her in that foot race there, and we'll get another face-off off of an icing in the Northwood zone. Face-off to the left of the Northwood goaltender here, as Cleams and Demers, my apologies, will once again take the face-off. Breaking up is Dush, Shayna Dush, who will lose the puck, and Cleams will try and break back in, but it's stripped away by Natalie Zarcone, who will send it in and wait at the line. Pass across and up to Ing, my apologies, as Natalie Zarcone will have to circle back in her own zone. Cleaves is watching her. Up for it. Looking for room as Jelly will collect and try and send it for her, but she'll have to escape the zone as the puck will come in and out again. Collected by Cielo. Bit of a battle just outside the Northwood bench here as Hillary Wolkin will make a pass across, and just too far in front of it was Georgia Gillis. Puck is sent all the way in for Laura Dyke, who will pass across to Kristen Keegan. Kristen Keegan will look up ice, and it'll be bounced off of the ref and right to Brooke Kelly there, as she'll circle around and around and pass it off to Laura Dyke. Laura Dyke pass bounce into the middle of the slot there, but nobody home as the puck will escape and come back to Laura Dyke. Into center ice as Dyke will have to come back into the corner and collect for her teammates. Larkin steals the puck at center ice, passes it back as Guchis will get the puck stripped off of her, and it'll go right to the stick of Quackenbush. Quackenbush passes it off to Bailey, who will look up ice to Laura Dyke. Makes the pass in front for Quackenbush, but Quackenbush couldn't corral it as it goes right past her and to the point. Dyke over to Bailey. Bailey looks for the man and gets tied up by a Mount Academy player as a couple spilled bodies right inside the blue line. And Kristen Keegan will have to go and collect and pass off to Quackenbush. Quackenbush got a slash there from Molly Power, who avoided the penalty there. Bit of a high slash right in the hands, but not enough for the ref to see, and Molly Power would potentially get away with that one. Face-off will come to the Northwood zone here, and Molly Power will once again take the face-off. Kristen Keegan, my apologies, Katie Demers will get waved out of the face-off circle as Adria Tebo will take the face-off, and it's won back by Mount Academy. Trying to hold the line is Mercer. She will, as she'll make a shot in, and Johnson will try and go for it. Johnson, bottom of the circle there, will get the puck stripped off of her by Katie Demers. Demers looking up ice. She's got Tabo with her, sending it in for Dush. But the puck will go behind the net, and Tori Welsh will break it all the way back, and it's tied up at center ice with Paul. As once again, Tabo will break in and send it to the corner. Power and Mercer will tie it up along the boards as we've got a Mount Academy penalty here. My apologies, we've got a Northwood penalty here as Audrey Tabo will go off. Oh, we have two penalties here. One to Mercer for Mount Academy, and one to Tabo of Northwood. Two minutes for each team, and I believe they are offsetting minor penalties, so we will continue with 5-on-5 here, if I can count correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Each player will keep five players on the ice, and I was not aware of what the penalties were. Unfortunately, we can't see that on the scoreboard, but I would imagine they are offsetting minor penalties. This Bush will try and try and send the puck out, and a shot there from the point from Cielo will go to the chest of the Mount Academy goaltender, Julianne Barrett. Still 2-0 for Northwood, as we haven't had much scoring since about the first 3 minutes of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Cielo breaking in, and she'll try and make a nice move, but it's stripped off of the. She's stripped off of the puck by Kate Kelly. Breaking in is Brooke Kelly, the other Kelly, as Hillary Wilkin will try and break it up to Brooke Kelly. Puck sent all the way in, and it hits a stanchion and bounces kind of oddly, as Spencer will break behind her own net and pass it off to Bush. Pass across and just wide as Kate Kelly will hold the line there. My apologies, that was Maggie Grabe. As Spencer will have to collect behind her own net. And we have about 6 minutes remaining in this third period. Kenny forechecking hard as she chases after Kristen Kagan. Breaking up as Northwood, as they'll send it off over to Grabe of Mount Academy. Larkin sends it up, and a couple players there, but no real lane, as Cleves will go to the corner. Out front for Jelly, but she couldn't get a handle on it. Off to the boards, and Quackenbush is away. She's got 3 people watching her. She takes a spill, and Ing will try and send it back out again. Tied up are a couple players from each team right by the benches here, as Jelly will forecheck and get the puck all the way back into the Northwood zone. Breaking up now is Palasova. Across to Georgia Bailey. Bailey looks for the open player, off to Palasova, and shot there off the goaltender. Another shot there after the whistle, and the net of the other side will come off. And that's that's the first it's the first infraction for that net, so I will give it a pass. We are currently at 7 nets knocked off on the other side, so that's the score to beat for the left side net, I guess you could say. Walsh trying to hold the line as she'll take a bit of a spill, and Power will forecheck there. Breaking is Demers, as she will make a shot through traffic, and the puck will escape the zone, as Laura Dyke will have to hustle after that. Watching her is McDonald, as the puck will come out and kind of awkwardly to the Northwood player. Pass across to Ali Spencer, as McDonald is forechecking hard along the line there on Kristen Kagan. And Kristen Kagan will hold it against the boards, and her players will help her out a little bit, sending it behind their own net for Laura Dyke to collect. Laura Dyke sends it up and almost right to the stick of Spencer, as we'll get an icing here, even though Hillary Wilkin beat out the icing. Both players who were in the box will come out and join their respective teams, as we have continued with 5-on-5 action, as they were offsetting minor penalties, I would imagine. 11:58 remaining in the third period here. 2-0 for Northwood. Collecting in her own zone is Cielo. She'll send it up to Brooke Kelly. Brooke Kelly, and the puck will be just intercepted. And it appears to have been an offside call, as the puck will come just to the, or maybe potentially a hand pass, as the puck will come just outside the blue line here, and Johnson will pick it up and battle along the boards there with Cielo. Few players in there, and their sticks in there. Teammates yelling to move it. And it's Chloe Johnson who will try and break it in, as she's open. So is Amira Paul, looking for the pass there, as Johnson will forecheck, but she just loses the handle on it, as Northwood will break up, and Haley Mules has got speed along with Hillary Wilkin, but to no avail, as another icing against Northwood will put them back on their heels in their own zone. Bit of a later game for these teams, especially for Northwood, who played at 7 in the morning this morning, so I can imagine they are, though they are currently leading, and have been playing incredibly well. Obviously, it's a tough game to play a late game and then to play an early game as well. Spencer tries to hold the line, but it's a hard forechecking there by Brooke Kelly that'll bring the puck all the way to the corner, and a good hit there by Brooke Kelly on Spencer. And the Northwood goaltender has been given the sign to leave the crease, as we will get a Northwood penalty here, and I believe it's head contact. As that hit there that I mentioned as a good hit was Brooke Kelly getting that infraction. So we will get a 2-minute power play, a very important power play, as we have 10:50 remaining. Incredibly important for Mount Academy to get on the board here. Face off won by Mount Academy, as Leslie will make a shot. Kept in there by Johnson, as the puck will go all the way to Melly Power, and Mercer will try and hold the line there, but to no avail, as Leslie will have to pick it up and pass it off to Mercer. Mercer through center ice. Pass it back to Paul. Paul to Mercer. Trapped at the line a bit here is a tip shot and a shot, and she scores! Amira Paul collects on the shot there and tucks it in on the backhand to put Mount Academy on the board here late in the game. A much needed goal for Mount Academy, as they played back on their heels a bit in the second period, but they've picked up their speed a bit here and have put one in the net. Amira Paul with the goal there. Nice heads-up play to stay on the puck, as the puck is brought back, and Ingles try and send Cleams away, but she gets tied up and takes a bit of a spill. Breaking in is Demers. She's got speed. A shot there, high, goes over the goaltender, and Jelly will try and poke it back out, as Abby Larkin will circle back in her own zone. Larkin off to Cleams. Good pass there. Try and send Karis Jellies. Cleaves in the corner with Jelly, as she battles there with a couple Northwood players, as Northwood will send up Audrey Tabo, who just came out of the box there on the head contact interference infraction. I am unaware of what the actual infraction is called, but the referee made a head contact motion, so bringing in is Laura Dyke, as she'll get the puck knocked away from the blue line there by Spencer, who's done a good job of holding the line. And just as I say that, a shot there from Brooke Kelly, and a bit of a scramble in the crease there, as a couple frustrated players from each team will have words with each other. Refs will send them on their way, as we'll get a face-off in the Mount Academy zone here. And just looking at the refs there, it seems they were a bit confused on who was taking the face-off. As a scramble just behind the Mount Academy net. Both teams yelling at their players to move it a little bit. Power battling there along the boards, as McDonald takes a bit of a spill. Walsh, good interception to bring the puck out of the zone and force Northwood to recollect. Breaking in is Hillary Wilkin, as she's got space. Not for long, though, as her puck is picked off and sent to Haley Mules, who will get the puck knocked off her stick. Walsh back to Haley Mules. Haley Mules circling back in her own zone as she'll look up ice, trying to send Hillary Wilkin, but Hillary Wilkin will go off on a change here, as Kristen Keegan will have to collect in her own zone. Pass back for Keegan, but a missed pass, and Grabe will collect as she'll pass off to Kate Kelly. Kate Kelly battling there, as the puck will come back out, and Mercer will watch her player all the way. Mercer. Foot race there with Quackenbush. Getting to it is Mercer, as she will make a move, and Kelly will pick it up just behind her. Kelly, backhand pass up to Melody Kenny, who will forecheck into the Northwood zone there. Mount Academy potentially looking to put another one on the board here. Obviously, they are looking to, but a tip pass in will avoid the icing, and Pouches will have to collect and send it into her own zone. Or send it out of her own zone, my apologies. Bit of a scramble play there at the line as Tabo is tied up. But she'll make a move, and a pass out in front, and just couldn't corral it was Shayna Dush. Puck to the corner, and Kate Kelly will collect as she'll send it up to Grabe. Grabe at the blue line, and her and Kenny will just come off side there as the puck was slower than she was skating. And we will get a face-off just outside the Northwood blue line here. Molly Power taking the face-off against Haley Mules. As the puck is dropped, and Northwood will win the face-off there. Puck coming back to Cielo. Cielo passes it off, and a pass in will go all the way down for Spencer and Bush to look after. Johnson pass off to Molly Power, and the puck is kind of stuck in some snow along the boards there. As Brooke Kelly will pass across to Natalie Zarcone, who will make a shot. Natalie Zarcone holding the line there. And passing it over is Spencer to Johnson, who will try and break out of their zone. Again, looking for the tying goal here. Breaking in is Johnson. Johnson with Paul. Bush behind her. Johnson. Shot there from Paul. As Bush will watch that puck, and it'll just head past her as Northwood players will make a change, and Leslie will have to collect behind her own net. Leslie looking up ice now. She makes a pass to Power. Molly Power. Stick handles into the Northwood zone. A pass there to an open wing as her players were in the midst of changing. Nobody to pass to. Ing and Power battling in the corner there as a few players take a spill. And Power will give her player an extra little shove there. Jelly battle along the boards there as she'll tie up her player. Ing forechecking as Cleves is coming in hot with speed, and the puck will just escape the zone as Leslie's looking back at her player. She holds the puck, but she gives it away, and it's Georgia Bailey, who tried to make a nice move, but the puck was moving faster than she was skating. And Laura Dyke will send it back in, and Mercer to collect there. Mercer will try and send it up to a player of her team, but it'll be kept in by Kristen Kigan. Puck held onto there by Mercer. It will send it to Jelly. It's got Kristen Kigan forechecking hard on her. As some few tired bodies out there for Mount Academy. As a giveaway there by Mercer and a pass out in front, and Quackenbush just couldn't get enough on it. Kristen Kigan will sweep it behind the net for Georgia Bailey. Georgia Bailey battling there, and calling out front is Pavlasova to the top for Laura Dyke, and Ing will get away. 1-on-2 there, and a shot there will hit the board. Will hit the glass. My apologies, and come back to the Northwood player. Hard for the Mount Academy players to change here as a few tired bodies, but Cleves will make a shot, and just wide is Cleves. Larkin send the puck in to make sure the rest of her players can change, as Larkin will have to hustle back here with Dush right on her backside there. Power breaking it with Tabo, forechecking on her. Larkin looks up ice, and McDonald will pass to McDonald. Will just be intercepted by Kira Cook, who will make a shot from the point. 3:10 remaining here, and you have to wonder if and when the Mount Academy is going to decide to pull their netminder. It'll likely be reliant on how well Mount Academy can escape the puck from the zone here. As a shot there and a kind of awkward floater from Hillary Wilkin, as Julianne Barrett had to make a bit of a header save, and her net is off, and she's trying to adjust it herself, and she's likely not happy with that, as she got a little frustrated with her net on the other side, which was not staying on. Seems somebody needs to get a drill and a drill bit down there to make the holes a bit better, maybe. Battling along the boards is Bush, who will try and sweep it around. She'll make a move to get around her player. Brooke Kelly was forechecking hard and taking a spill there where a couple players, it's Bush and Brooke Kelly. As Kelly will look to break out here. Julianne Barrett looking at her bench, wondering when she'll be able to come to the bench, but not for long. Not for a little bit at least, as Northwood will continue to forecheck pretty hard, set the tone here, as Mount Academy really looking to get that second goal on the board to tie it up and send this potentially to overtime. Mercer, and a pass out in front as Quackenbush just couldn't get the handle on it, and a pass up to Power will just escape her handle. Looking to the bench was the Mount Academy goaltender, but not in time, as the Northwood players continue to pressure hard here, as Mercer will have to collect behind her own net once again. Breaking up is Johnson. Looking to the bench, and there goes the Mount Academy goaltender, as her players will collect, and the puck will come out to Leslie. Leslie, with no goaltender in, we've got 6-on-5 play here with 1:17 remaining. An empty net for Mount Academy, as Mercer will try and hold the line, and it'll hit Klebs in the face. And battle just outside, or just on the other side of the the Northwood bench, as Leslie will collect, sending it back to an open player for Mercer. Mercer across to Johnson, who will send it all the way in. Puck will come back to Mercer, as Ing will come on. Klebs passing it down off the boards for Leslie. Forechecking hard there. Klebs passing it back up to Power, as Power will come to the top for Mercer. Mercer cross the point for Leslie. Sent in, but Ing couldn't tip it enough, and Laura Dyke will send it all the way down and almost out, as Mercer will have to hustle with a couple Northwood players staring her down. Klebs breaking in now. She gets bodied by a couple players there, but stays on her feet, as Kristen Kigan will shoot down the ice, and it's kept in by Alexandra Leslie. Cross to Power. Power just couldn't get enough on it, as Mercer will make a shot. Not enough, and time will run out here, as a close matchup from the Mount Academy Saints of Charlottetown, PI, and Northwood School of Lake Placid, New York. Comes to 2-1 for the Lake Placid team, Northwood. Goals, unfortunately, I do not have the names of the goals, but a talented couple teams, as some fantastic efforts on both ends, as we will see a cordial handshake, as I would imagine playing in this league, a league so small that a lot of these players really get to know each other, and so you always like to see sportsmanship like this. My name is Sardi Kutenbauer. I am pleased to have had the call here, and thank you for listening and watching these fantastic players. Have a good rest of your night.